but they attack in a way that is going to work for me. Nice. All right. So we're still left with 2 loyalty on Kaya, which is all we need. All right, we match him with 4 angels of our own. Good luck now, sucker. All right, we get the angels in. That's what we needed Kaya to do, man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. With the ranks being reset every single month, we go back down to platinum, and we have absolutely nothing to lose on the ladder. So with that being said, we took a dive today deep into the jank tank, and we came out with an Esper Super Friends list with a little bit of a tokens twist. And needless to say, it's a very creative way to play Magic, and I'm super excited to break this thing down as always. But before I do that, if you are new here and you find any value in today's content, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it is a free way to help support the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let's talk about the list really quickly. It's very simple, guys. We're running a Super Friends list in Esper that revolves around Kaya, Geist Hunter. This card's going to copy tokens. Whenever you -2, it's going to copy any sort of token that entered the battlefield that turn. So we have a lot of things that proc tokens. Not only do we have a lot of token generation in this deck, we also have ways to get value off of those tokens through card draw. I actually am not going to take credit for this next 2 cards. These next 2 cards synergize extremely well, and it's because I saw it actually on the ladder. We've got the Welcoming Vampire comboed with the Edgar. These two not only play off each other because they're vampires, with Edgar giving the bonus power and toughness to the Welcoming Vampire, but the Welcoming Vampire draws cards every time the Edgar's artifact procs a 1/1 counter. And I saw that in an Orzov list, thought it was pretty cool, wanted to apply it to this list here today because we are running tokens, and anything that spits out a token today is going to be triggering the Welcoming Vampire to draw some cards, so a lot of value there. And one of the really fun things I wanted to do with today's deck is I really wanted to copy the Jace token. So whenever you kick Jace, you get a copy of Jace with only 1 loyalty. So if you actually minus on Geist Hunter Kaya, you actually get an additional token. So you could potentially play Jace for 5, and you're going to get 3 Jace planeswalkers in 1 turn. I didn't hit it in today's video, but I hit it in playtesting. I might even show you a clip of it here, but it was really sweet, and it's a really cool synergy with this list. We also get other tokens through our other planeswalkers like Sorin. We get the 2/3 flyer vampire. We get the 2/1 spiders from Loth Queen. So if we're minusing with Kaya, getting double tokens, we're doing just fine. Some early game presence, we have Sunset Revelry that generates, what do you know, tokens. It also gains us life, draws us cards. We've also got things like Starnheim Unleashed to go over the top and win the game. If we can copy tokens with this and spit out like 4, we can get 8 angels. It's a good way to win the game. Some early game removal too with Doomscar, because Doomscar is going to save us in those aggressive matchups. Being that we are kind of a setup deck, we need to get, plan our attack here, set up our tokens. We're going to want to sweep the board once or twice, especially going against mono white and mono green. And an Inscription of Insight, just as a way to kind of, also not just generate a token, but draw cards, kick things back to your opponent's hand. It's a really good utility card. But yeah, that's the deck in a nutshell. Enjoyed this gameplay footage, guys. There's a lot of games to go through, and we'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts on how this deck played out. Till then, peace. All right, today is the start of the new season. Wish me luck, man. We're gonna be playing something very, very interesting to kick things off, man. We're playing an Esper Super Friends list, but kind of like a tokens deck, that mid-rangey type deck, but really cool nonetheless. I'm really excited about this one. We get to go first. We have a pretty decent starting hand. Would love to see a Doomscar in the opening hand, just because the meta super aggressive, but I think this hand can work just fine. Yep, and it's very aggressive. Okay, maybe this won't work as well as I thought it would, but we do get to create some angels. I don't know, man. Kaya's gonna get blown away if I play it and plus it right away. That's a good find. That's a really good find, actually. Gives me a couple chump blockers here to protect my Kaya with next turn, and then we'll plus Kaya, and then we'll follow up Kaya with a double down Starnheim Unleashed, which could be really solid because we go over the top. They all have vigilance. I think this is gonna be a great setup, honestly. And this keeps them off of attacking too, which is nice. The pack leader's not going to want to attack into a 1/1. That's not a good trade-off. Blizzard Brawl, okay. Still don't want to attack though. Which, if they did attack, actually, it would be a really good attack on their part because I wouldn't be able to protect my Kaya next turn. But now I don't even know if I can even play the Kaya this next turn. Seems like a bad plan, if I'm being honest. All right, we can either go with Sorin or Kaya. Give Kaya the +1 here. They don't want to attack it with that. They swing it with this though. And to Kaya, we block. Would they swing that too? I block there. Tough, tough, tough. Very tough decision. I'm going with Kaya. This is a gamble. This is a big time gamble. Putting the 1/1 counter here, no attacks. We're hoping that we can keep the pack leader from attacking. And if I'm sorry, not the pack leader. Yeah, they're both pack leaders. The Ascendant pack leader. We're hoping that they're not going to attack here. But of course they top decked an Oven. Oh man. Oh, that's a good top deck. I can't lie. That's quite the fantastic top deck. But they attack in a way that is going to work for me. Nice. All right. So we're still left with 2 loyalty on Kaya, which is all we need. Thank goodness for that.
I'm gone for now. It's nice, but not forever. I've been part of an angry mob before.
All right, we match them with 4 angels of our own. Good luck now, sucker. All right, we get the angels in. That's what we needed Kaya to do, man. The Ulvenwald was quite the card to place that last turn. They could have definitely killed Kaya, but instead chose not to, which plays in our favor, thank goodness. Next, I think we go with the Vampire as well as the Wedding Announcement. And that way we could just start drawing cards like crazy. I'm happy to make these trades. Because we should be able to match them on the amount of creatures we can play per turn. Go toe to toe with them. Let's attack in here. Obviously they have vigilance, so we go over the top. There's nothing they can block with. They're holding priority, probably because of a Snakeskin Veil or the fact that they could just do the Seeker's Chariot. So no matter which way you sliced it that time, we would have gotten a card draw. We drew because we attacked with 2 or more creatures, but we could have drawn if we just let the 1/1 token come in. All right, so I will double block the Ulvenwald if they want to play that game. Everything's got trample. That thing needs to go. Happy to trade these. Get rid of that trample. Trample's really the only thing that I'm afraid of, honestly. So glad that's gone. Nothing to worry about now. Let's go with you. Do I create the 2/3 Vampire? I think I'm gonna go with the copy of Jace here. Let's take a look and see what we got. Don't need lands. Let's see what we hit here. It's a land. Okay, at least Jace doesn't lose any loyalty, but it's all good. All right, we draw another card thanks to the Wedding Announcement going off in the Vampire combination. That's really what I like to see, man. That's what we want to see, is that Vampire going off because of the tokens coming in. And that's GG's, man. Okay, we handle mono green even without a Doomscar, which is crazy. I thought we were toast, but thank God for that Starnheim Unleashed. All right, that was a really fun first game, but I am gonna say I'm not exactly really happy with the outcome, just because of the last attack they had with the Ulvenwald. It's like they didn't know it was a bad attack, but they couldn't have never anticipated that Starnheim as my foretold card. But it was still like we kind of got away with one there, to be honest. So hopefully this game goes a little more smooth. That's all I really care about. Smoothing it up and feeling like I'm in more control of our destiny. You know what I'm saying? We get a Jace Mirror Mage in the first hand, opening hand, which is always the hardest thing to get to cast because of the Devil Blue Devotion. And but man, if we can copy that today, it's gonna be a blast. No turn 2 play, might as well play the tap lands. There you go. Shambling Ghast, which is gonna get sacrificed to Deadly Dispute. They're gonna get unlimited treasures, unlimited cards here. Things like Blood on the Snow really do scare me because of all the planeswalkers we have, but we should be able to, with our planeswalkers, create quite a dangerous board state that our opponent's not going to want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? All right, white or black? Probably black. We have more Double Devotion to black that I think is important than we do white. Just Doomscar is the only thing that comes to mind. So let's see what we got here on this next play. Mono black with a Disciple is a little bit of an oddity. You don't really see that too much. Okay, so it's almost a full discard deck. Okay, you have one of two choices. Which one do you want? All right. Eye Twitch. Right on, brother. All right. This is going to be nice if it can get down. All right. It can. It can get down. Or I can draw some cards here. I think I'm gonna get this down. I think I'm gonna get this down just because it's value over time, right? That they just can't deal with. It's not going anywhere with Blood on the Snow, right? Yeah, it's a really good investment card, and I feel like it's going to be very, very good for us here. Obviously things like that, Necrotic Fumes is a very, very good answer for it. Didn't expect them to go grab that so early to deal with Edgar, but here we are. That shut me up real quick, huh? All right, Edgar is definitely going to be one of those cards we got to make sure we find again. Hopefully Jace can get the job done. I don't know if I want to play Jace without kicking it though. If I get a land though, I can kick it, so it's fine. We do get a land, okay. We do in fact get a land. Kick the old Jace, see what we hit here with our Scry, and then let's draw a card. Yeah, Scry 2. Both of these are pretty good. This generates us some card draw with our Welcoming Vampire. Both of these are good, right? So like maybe we just take both. Might as well. Might as well. We get all the triggers on Sunset Revelry pretty much, so it's a good top deck. I'm actually kind of hoping they play one more creature just so that way we can play the Sunset after we play the Vampire. If we we'd have to find a white source though, so one of these Jaces would have to survive in theory, and we'd have to find another white source. Maybe that's a little bit of a greedy play that might not come true, but we'll see. We will see. I'm surprised they were willing to give that up. Obviously not missing their land drops is pretty important, but surprised they were willing to give it up so easily. All right, that's fine. Jace did his job. Jace definitely did its job. Let's go ahead and draw a card twice now because of the Sunset and the Vampire. We get another white source. Beautiful. And we get ourselves a Wedding Announcement. Another card that's unaffected by things like Blood on the Snow. Like I said, if they want to Blood on the Snow all of our planeswalkers at some point in this game where we have like 4 of them out there, that could be pretty brutal, but we should have enough enchantments, artifacts, and creatures that it kind of nullifies its effects, right? 4, we need 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more lands, I can kick this. Plus I can play Welcoming Vampire this next turn, and when this procs, we're going to draw 2 cards. So our hand is going to be just fine, even though we got discarded like crazy. Should be just fine. I ain't scared of you. That's what I'm saying, man. I like where we are right now. This feels good. Eye Twitch. Again, pretty scary card, though. We saw how good Eye Twitch was because they got the necrotic fumes. Let's hope they don't have another one in the sideboard. Hopefully they're just running the one. Yeah, I was gonna say now attacking becomes a little bit difficult for our opponent here. Let's see what they want to do about our vampire going in. See if they block with the eye twitch, and we'll see. They're obviously going to block, but are they going to grab a necrotic fumes? That's the big question, right? Do they have another one? Not a lot of people run 2 in their sideboard. Deadly Dispute's pretty tough too, because that's a lot of card advantage and mana ramp. That is a way to exile for sure. Let's get down this vampire, draw 2 cards here. That's pretty sweet. I can't lie, that's pretty sweet. Alright, a Doomscar, not that helpful. But having 2 wedding announcements is a lot better than 1, thanks to our friend here, Reduced to Memory. Loving this right now. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. These vampires, man, so good. I'm so happy I saw that combo when we played against it. That was such a good idea, man. What a great card. Turgrid, that actually does scare me. Okay, we got to be careful what we discard now. Very, very important not to discard incorrectly. That did cost them a lot to play, right? So maybe we just actually want to go here and bounce it. I think that's not a bad play, because that was a lot of mana for them to play that, right? It really slows down their progress. And we should be able to get them the game closed out here. Drew some mana, which is really helpful. Some good mana too. So 4, 5, 6, 7. They could sweep the board with the blood on the snow. Could get back an eye twitch. That would be pretty brutal, I can't lie. That would be brutal. Deadly Dispute, 3, 4, 5. Still have 6 mana. Still could do the blood on snow trick. Not really a trick. It's more of a just a banger card. If they don't have blood on the snow, they're dead. So their head's either gonna explode here, or we're gonna get destroyed by blood on the snow. What's it gonna be, friend? They're really worried about the wedding announcement. They are highlighting it over and over again, just trying to think of, I think they're considering playing this. They are. Wow. Okay. Well, that means we win probably, right? Because okay. Yeah, that should mean we won. Let's see how much damage we deal here. 10. Yeah, that's more than enough, right? Yeah, that's way more than enough. Okay, that takes care of that. Nice and easy. They weren't able to find the blood on the snow. Feels bad, man. Even if they did, though, we drew into another wedding announcement, which would have been really problematic for our opponent, but GG's. All right, that was a much better game 2 than game 1. That felt a lot better. Going up against discard was pretty interesting, though. It's not something I anticipated. We had enough card draw, though, with those vampires. It didn't matter at all, man. Those vampires really came in clutch on that game. Okay, we go first. Can't keep this hand. 2 land hands are asking for a loss. This is good. This is good. I think we go for the Kaya putback. As much as I hate to say that, it's probably the most powerful card we have here because of the, you know, the synergies it has with our deck, but the setup for it is a little much, and if we're going down a card, I think we need to prioritize drawing cards for things like Vampire. So, and having a Doomscar is just in case is good. Doomscar might have been the right choice, but if we go up against something aggro, we're going to regret not having it. All right, this will be black, this will be blue, and we're good on all the mana color we need. Double devotion to pretty much everything. Actually, we'll need another black source, but okay. That's tough, man. How do I let that thing live, right? I think I have to try to let it live. Oh, I don't like this because this means we have to blow up our own vampire with a Doomscar down the road. But there's not much I can do about it, man. Like, okay, if this hits for one creature, we made the right choice. It does. Okay, we made the right choice. We get a card out of it. That's all I really needed to see. I was really afraid of burn spells, right? I was really afraid they were gonna drop like a Dragon's Fire on the vampire. That's the biggest concern you have when playing something like that, but it worked out. Is it okay? So it's gonna be like a tempo-y type deck. I think I'm gonna kick Jace here. But at the same time, I am afraid of Jawari Disruption. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna play through it though. It's not a smart play. Jawari Disruption just kills us, but I'm playing through it because of one particular reason. They missed their blue land drop for a while, and I don't think they would have held on to a Jawari Disruption had they, you know, had it. They would have played it as a land. Nice. It avoids the Spike Field Hazard. You love to see it. It's not bad. Not bad. We know what's coming off the top, so we're taking 3 loyalty off of Jace here. Draw another card. So we have 2 Jaces now, though, so a couple card advantage engines out on the field. Soren's nice because it does provide us a flyer, and they scoop it already. They must have been having trouble here with their mana because that one blue, but GG's, we'll take it. Let's go on to the next one. All right, come on. We got a Kaya. We have to Kaya into a Jace kicker. That's going to be so much fun, man. This is going to be so much fun. We have to do it one time. At least one time. We did it in playtesting, so I know it can be done, you know? It's just like a matter of time, right? We get to go first. Yikes. I don't like this. I'm going to be very clear and honest with everybody at home right now. I don't like this hand. I don't. But if we find 1 planes, this hand becomes pretty decent. In fact, really good because of the Sunset Revelry, but let's hope, man. This is such a cool new pet. I like this a lot. It's like a digital like fish. Digital koi. Pretty cool. Ooh, it's mono green though. We don't like that. And then Ascended Pack Leader, of course, on turn 1, because why the heck not? Alright, all tap land, but you know what? Dual lands is what we need, so I'm not complaining too much. It is a little slow, but it is what it is. We should be seeing another Pack Leader here, because they always have it, right? The curve's always, you know, perfect, so. Three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't draw a card. That feels bad, man. Feels bad, but you know what? I'm very happy with the mana we have here. We have every color we could ask for, which is the main thing I was concerned with the most with this deck, is all the double devotions to everything. Whenever you're running 3 colors and everything requires, you know, to have 2 of the same color of things, it gets a little dicey, you know? That's a good top deck. But I think I'm going to go here. I'm going to plus here. This will make them think twice, right, about attacking it with their pack leader. Or not. I mean, it might not, but oh my gosh, another Oven Wall. It's like they have the perfect curve every time. It's crazy. But I have a mono green deck myself, and we know we don't get anywhere near this sort of like good of draws, you know? It's crazy. All right, well, they attack incorrectly again, though. I get to double my counters, which could be pretty brutal if we get something good, but we don't really get too crazy of anything. We get, you know, we get 2 vampires,
This time, I brought
which is helpful. I mean, it's life gain, right? So can't complain too much, but everything they have out there is freaking trample. Crazy, man. Trample this, trample that, you know? Oh my God. Oh, sorry, I just shook everything because I hit my knee on the desk. That is brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Way too much life to come back from. That's just hitting the absolute nuts here when you're talking about mono green. That doesn't get any better than that, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all curved perfectly. Sheesh. All right, so we got absolutely rolled in that game, but that's totally fine. They had really great draws, and I'm totally okay with that loss. But if we could have drawn a Doomscar at any point in that game, we might have stood a chance, which would have been pretty crazy. But yeah, Doomscar is kind of our savior right now in this meta for sure. And we do open up with 2 in our hand, but geez, oh my goodness, this could be bad. This could be really good, or this could be really bad. We had the welcoming vampire. I mean, our draws have to be pretty clean here, but I also think if we would have mulliganed this and we don't have Doomscar, we just saw how bad it can actually be. But we do top deck a blue source, so everything's fine. Everything is a-okay. Okay, nice. Okay, we're doing fine now. This is totally chilling. We're in chill central right now, baby. On chill avenue. What's with all the mono green today, though, man? Holy cow. I guess it's because it's race back to mythic. Everyone wants to do it as quick as possible, right? Part of me wants to hit a Doomscar. Part of me wants to hit a welcoming vampire. There's really no point in hitting a welcoming vampire, though. Yeah, let's Doomscar. Yeah, let's Doomscar. They can't crack the troll right away. So at least we get a turn off to kind of cool our jets a little bit here. Oddity, why not? What a nuisance of a card that has been today, huh? An absolute nuisance. Definitely going with Lulth here. Even though Lulth could get ran over completely by the Oddity, I'm going to play it because it does threaten to kill the Oddity if they feel like attacking. Obviously, there's things like Blizzard Brawl, which could just poo-poo on us, but it doesn't feel very good playing a Doomscar into one Oddity, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. And of course, they get a busted top deck. Guys, I don't know what to do with this mono green situation. It is just not we're not having it right now. How do we kill this Oddity? This is it, right? I mean, pretty much. Sweep the board. Sweep the board, get a board presence, just in case there's more hasty things. I doubt there's going to be hasty things, but obviously they also have the layer of the Hydra, which could just come down and win the game. So we got to prepare. There's an Asika's Chariot. We're 2 Doomscars down. And mono green is just off and running, man. Feeling great. Off and running and feeling great. Let's go ahead and play the welcoming vampire into a Sunset Revelry. That's a lot of card advantage. Life gain is nice. Couple wedding announcements. This came in this turn, right? I didn't get a land this turn. Oh, this did enter the battlefield this turn. Okay. Okay, so drawing a card's probably not that useful to us unless we draw, top deck a Sunset Revelry, but minusing also doesn't feel great. Let's draw a card. That is the tough card draw, but no attacks. Let's prioritize our blocks, obviously. The only things that can kill us here is things with trample. So let's just hope for the best on not getting hit by tramplers. Loth is going to be able to proc some spiders this next turn. There's their trampler. We need to prioritize that thing. I mean, what do we have, though, that can deal with it? The growth. Unnatural growth. That card is so good. We don't really have an answer for it. And they're gonna copy. Did they just copy a wolf over their 4/4? Okay, we'll take it. We will take it. And we're gonna pray for a Doomscar again off the top.
I will come. My power is
Nope, not a Doomscar. If I minus this, oh, gosh darn it. Can I survive a turn if I kick the Jace and dig for a Doomscar? I might be able to. I don't know. I don't know, man. I do not know. Digging deep here, looking for that Doomscar. There it is. Okay. Sunset Revelry's pretty nice off the top, though. It's not a bad off the top.
One more secret unlocked.
Okay. Let's get that life gain. Let's get these creatures. Doomscar. So you're saying there's a chance. It's not a big chance, but you're saying there's a chance.
slay our enemies.
Okay. Whew. I am sweating. Not literally, just figuratively, but this could be a pretty big game for us, man. They didn't copy that troll, which is really odd. All right, here comes the big growth. It's disgusting. That card is busted. All right, so if we can somehow muster up enough damage to kill the chariot, I want to prioritize doing so. But we can't. We can't. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. By one. Chariot's gonna survive. That is brutal. All right, we're gonna do it like this just to mitigate as much damage as possible. Obviously, any sort of creature that enters the battlefield can trigger their Asika's Chariot to attack again, which is so bad, man. So bad for us.
Do what I demand.
All right, easy peasy Doomscar. Easiest decision of my life. Let's draw some cards. Cards are life right now. That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick. All right, so if we play Kaya,
Another riddle.
we can minus and get 4 spiders instead of just the 2, which could be good, but they don't have very much toughness, and so things with trample tend to become issues for us to deal with.
This time, I brought backup.
Man,
A gift.
brutal. But we can probably finish the game too with these spiders pretty quickly. I mean, they're only at 16. There's a good chance we can finish the game. Wedding Announcement hasn't been able to come in and do anything for us yet, which feels really bad. The pup, interesting. So they can do a Hydra for 1. They could activate the Hydra for 1 here. They should have activated the Hydra for one. Yeah, that was a mistake. And then they could have crewed their Seeker's Chariot on the attack, kept the pressure up, but they didn't do that. And we get another Doomscar. Wow. Definitely dropping these wedding announcements. These are going to be so helpful. I'm just going to drop all of them. Drop all of them. That's so big, man. I think we're coming back, guys. I think we might just be coming back here. Let's get in there. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage that they can't really block because it's all menace, right? Oh, I forgot the plus Kaya again on that attack. That's bad. That was bad. But either way, we get a block. I guess on the back end, we do get a blocker that's a little more tough now, which is kind of what we need.
Now here's an interesting idea.
All right, 3 draws instead of 3 critters, which could also backfire. We'll see. Just got to survive 1 big trampler and we're good. And that is not a trample card, and we should be safe now. I think we got this. I think that's GG's, guys. Holy cow. What a comeback. What an insane comeback. Holy. We drew all of our Doomscars on that one. GG. All right, we got time for one more. Let's get it done. I really want to see Jace get copied by Kaya. I mean, I've seen it in my playtesting and it was pretty sweet, but I want you guys to see it. All right, this is a keepable hand. Doomscar's unplayable at the moment, but we have playable Jaces, which can find us what we need through scrying and drawing cards. That's a good draw right there. Doomscar now becomes playable. Orzov, okay. Let's see what Orzov's all about. Okay, still no blue source. That's pretty rough, but we're 1 turn away from Lolth now. Okay, that's fine. Edgar's whatever. I'd love to play that Jawari as a blue source here, but I think I'm gonna get down Lolth instead. It's a great way to protect us from the Edgar without actually killing Edgar, which is really good because when Edgar dies, it becomes the vampires, yada yada. So let's just get the spiders in, and there's a vanishing verse. Sure. Why not? Why the heck not? Another land that's not blue. Feels bad. Let's get the hive in here. I'm gonna leave the spider back to block the Edgar. Get some damage through. That might help in the long run. We might be in a very long drawn out game. We'll see. There is no snow lands though, which I can appreciate. No blood on the snow, right? But Edgar, I don't know what that's telling me here. I'm not too sure what to expect when that card's in play, right? We get the Kaya. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't kick Jace right away. Shoot. Well, I can do this and I can Doomscar and set up. I don't think we should. I think we should just go for a regular Jace here. See what Jace can find.
I can't resist a good riddle. I do love data analysis.
Obviously, Edgar can just attack in and kill one of these Jaces. So let's just... That's a good draw right there. We are going to lose this Jace if we do that, but I'm kind of down for it because we can foretell it. Yeah, that's definitely worth losing Jace over. The fact that we can foretell it. Excuse me. That's allergies. My apologies. Alright, so they end step scry. Pretty good. Adding a campus is actually not a bad idea. They're getting that scry in is nice. I missed whether or not they went to the top or bottom though. Alright, so they're gonna use their hive to kill Jace. Fair enough. Hopefully our next card here off the top is a land, and then I can kick Jace and copy it, which would be amazing. But I think there's an argument to be said that Kaya plus Starnheim is the way to go. But I am afraid too of sweepers, right? There's so many things that can go wrong for me here. I think I need to just play... Yeah, I think I just need to play Kaya. Shoot. 1, 2, 3. I could do 3 of these. Let's play this first. And play this for... Oh, God, I just don't know what to do. This is awkward. This is so awkward. All right, I do think we should play like this and plus Kaya. We're trying to get away with one here for sure. This is greedy, but I think it's worth it. We have the 1/1 that can block the Edgar, and then if they activate the Hive to kill Kaya, they can't. It's only 3 damage, not 4, so we should be okay. Never mind. Kaya's gone. They're playing Apparition. They are considering the wedding announcement though. Interesting.
This job's proving hard to crack.
All right, Edgar comes in. We block. We can Doomscar now pretty comfortably, and at least we get back a 4/4, right? That's pretty advantageous for us, but I don't know, man. I don't know. This whole thing's kind of awkward. Two, 4, 2, 3. I could do this for 3. I think I'm just gonna kick Jace again. I'm gonna kick Jace again because it opens up Doomscar still. I'm gonna just draw. Wedding announcement, sure. Wow, we lose both of them. Okay. That's fine though. I mean, we do get the wedding announcement, which is super helpful. Rite of Oblivion is such a good card though, man. It's quite a nuisance, I can't lie. Making everything very hard for me right now. Might be something we'd want to consider running ourselves, honestly. It's a great answer for a lot of things that we don't have answers for. We are gonna blow up the board, so are we though? Shoot, so tricky, man. Every turn gets a little trickier every time. So I can get 2 angels and a... Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. Get down 2 angels. Seems fine. Seems fine. Doesn't look like we're gonna get to live our dream of copying Jace today, ladies and gentlemen, but maybe I'll leave a clip of the time I did. Alright, they blow up my land. Pretty annoying. Thank God we had a basic left over. I was worried that we didn't. What does that mean though? Because what's that? Yeah, what does that mean exactly? All right, Rite of Oblivion. They're gonna do it to my tokens. That's kind of a win, to be honest. If they're wanting to use Rite of Oblivions for my tokens, that's kind of a W for us. What a good card. What a good card. Another Edgar. That's worth blowing up now for sure because yeah, it's probably worth blowing up. All right, so let's go over the top. Let's gain some life. Right? We blow up the board. Now they got to decide on one Edgar. They only get 1. So make your choice. And we'll go here. Next turn, we have the 2/3 coming in. And the 2/3 Vampire is going to trigger us drawing a card. If they activate the Hive, though, or play the Oblivion, could be a bit of a nightmare. We've already lost so many good cards. Like, look at all these cards. Like, our draws off the top are not going to be great from here on out because we've drawn all of our good stuff. All right, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. I probably should have let it go, but we did need to draw out that Rite of Oblivion. We needed to draw that out. All right, well, let's pretend like we have something. We're not going to block, right? So let's just might as well get an attack in, right? Try to race them a little bit. Pretend we have an instant speed spell or something in hand, which we don't, and I know it's not going to hold priority, so they're not exactly going to be too scared to do whatever they got to do. The only good news is we have a welcoming vampire on the field, right? Which means if we do hit pretty much anything, we should be able to draw some cards off of it. Like a Sunset Revelry would be pretty nice, to be honest. Kaya, okay, that's nothing really. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, I think we hold on to Kaya, to be honest. We're gonna have to block. Ouch. We're gonna have to block here with the vampire. We're gonna have to block with the vampire because it's gonna get the sword, and the sword's gonna make it bigger. And then they activate Hive, and that puts me to lethal if I don't make a block. Okay, that puts me at potentially lethal. They hit the graveyard. I could still come back from this though if I could just find a way, like a, I don't know, like a Lulth would be pretty good. Wow. Okay. That just happened.
Time to crash a vampire wedding. Oh, give up.
That just happened.
You're outnumbered.
4 spiders. Okay, we're playing now. We're playing. All right, so this says whenever it gets 2 on vigilance, whenever a creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. So they're gonna keep getting the Hive back, which is super rough. This is interesting though, because I do have enough presence on the battlefield right now that I could start kind of going in for my own attacks and threatening lethal. So let's just hope their top decks aren't amazing. That's pretty good. Halvar does what exactly again? It does double strike. Double strike, and it can switch the weapon in between combat phases, which is fine. All right, so they are going to have to replay their Hive, and I think they might have played a land this turn. Did they play a land this turn? No, I don't think they did. So they'd be able to replay the Hive here. Do I just want to sweep them up? Probably not. Probably want to leave some stuff behind here. I don't like Edgar spitting out those vampires. I think just chump blocking Edgar is easier than just keep dealing with vampires over and over and over again.
Subservience will be a reward. Do what I demand.
That's a card. That is a card, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's gonna make them have to respend a lot of mana to recast those cards. A fresh Kaya too? Okay. Things just got really, really interesting.
That's how I showed you. You got this.
Things just got very interesting.
By the look of you, this should be a quick job. Never been part of an angry mob before.
Let's freaking go, dude. Are we really gonna pull this off right now? Oh my goodness. Let's go, dude. What a game. What an absolute banger of a game. Holy cow. Let's go. Oh my god, I can't believe we did it, guys. Holy cow, that's a way to end the video. GG's. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and watching all this gameplay footage, man. Before I break this thing down in full and talk about what I liked and disliked about the deck, as always, just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to everyone who's made it this far into the video. I really do appreciate you so much. You have no idea how much that actually helps with these videos getting pushed out to more people, so thank you. You're awesome, and I appreciate you so much for that support. All right, let's talk about the list a little bit, man. So I would change, honestly, a lot of things in here, if I'm being honest. I like the way it played. Obviously, the idea of this deck is pretty funny, pretty cool, and can do some really wacky things, which is what I'm all about, man. I'm a jank lord. Like, I love jank, right? But that's what this is, right? It's just jank. If you're trying to get more competitive with this deck, I would say that some things that I think it lacked in is some instant speed removal, some early game interaction type cards. The fact that we're playing as many tokens as we are, we can probably add in a lot of the normal things you'd see in like blood money decks, like some sacrifice type stuff. Obviously we saw one of those cards when we went against them, and I think it was the last game we played, but we ran into the, what was it? Where's it at here? I'm sorry. Oh, the Rite of Oblivion. This is a great removal tool because we can sacrifice one of our tokens and take care of things that we can't normally hit, which we actually ran into more than I would have liked to see. You know, like this can hit things that are like planeswalkers, artifacts. It just hits anything, which is really incredible. Another instant speed removal card is Vanishing Verse. Obviously, Black and White has some of the best sort of removal. So those two cards could be really helpful in this deck for sure. That's a great 1-2 for instant speed removal. But I think I think we lacked that early game removal enough so that it became an issue and we were a little too slow. We don't really start playing until turn 3, which can be a problem. And then all of our turn 3 spells are really setup spells for our next turn 4 plays. So it can get a little tough. Like Kaya doesn't protect itself very well, and so we don't want to play it on turn 3. I really just want to be playing Wedding Announcement on turn 3, and then after that, we could start building from there. So we need some more early game things to protect our creatures and whatnot. Some other things that you can consider is like, maybe some bounce spells, Fading Hopes, just things to keep you alive early on. That keep you going, because we got to get to that late game, right? And Doomscar obviously carried the weight of the team when it came to that, of giving us enough time to get to that late game and set up our board. But being that we're 3 colors, we wish we could run things like Blood on the Snow, right? Like that would be great, but we can't really do that unless we want to go with the Snow package. And Snow package might be tough because it's slow. Obviously the dual manas are going to be really slow. And speaking of mana, like things like Doomscar, Lolth, Jace, and Sorin all have double devotion to their colors, as well as Starnheim. And so it's really hard to get the curve to go right. And I think the mana that we have here works really, really well. It's just if you add a Snow package to this, it could get a little bit more complex, could cause some issues. But there are other ways to do it too. We also have things like Deadly Dispute for card draw. We could, throw in here, and it generates treasures and ramp you into those, Blood on the Snows. But I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do with this deck. I think early interaction probably needs some of that, some instant speed early interaction to be precise. If you get that in the deck somehow, if you can get, somehow you can make them manage this deck to where you can get a Blood on the Snow type package. You probably, honestly, here's a good idea. You probably could just make this a straight Orzov list. You could cut the Jace, because I'm trying to meme, right? I'm trying to meme with the Jace, and the Inscription of Insight is really sweet and plays really well, but not necessary. You cut these 2 cards, you add some instant speed removal, you add a Snow package, put Blood on the Snow in place of the Doomscar. You probably got something pretty sweet here, to be honest. That's my final analysis. If you want to win games and really go try hard, make this strictly Orzov. Go Blood on the Snow, go Disputes, go instant speed removals, get rid of the blue, and you got yourself something pretty competitive. But in the meantime, have some fun with the jank, have some fun with the jank. You know what I'm saying? Like, add the blue, meme with the Jace, and have some fun, man. But that's all I got to say, man. I kind of ranted on long enough about the deck. Whenever there's jank, there's always things that we can change to make it better, obviously. So I'm completely aware of what this is, though, and it is jank, so it's all good. With that being said, though, we're gonna hop out of here. Before I do so, huge shout out goes to my Marty mob, man. I really appreciate every single one of my members here on the channel. Huge shout out to them as always. Couldn't do this without you guys, honestly. Thank you so much for all your support. If you guys don't know, these are the members here on the channel that support me through a monthly subscription on the channel that gives them more benefits to their account, but they're mostly just supporting the channel and helping us grow. So thank you guys for what you do. And if you guys want to become a member today, you can hit that join button down below or a link in the description. And I'd really appreciate it. But if not, no problems. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate that as well. Till next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Lazy No Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.